Hello everyone, this is Kathleen. I'm happy to be here and I'm sorry to be late this week. I have been ill and I'm still kind of unwell. This is my allergy season and some years are bad, and this looks like a bad year. So my voice is weird and I have no energy. Anyway, I won't go into all of that, but I'm glad to be here today because I'm excited to show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna take a little bit of a different turn for the next few days at least, or a couple of weeks. We just came through the Dollar Tree challenge and I allowed myself to get diverted by a friend of mine to a YouTube channel called 4 a.m. Junk Journals, and she has been doing for the last year and a half or so some true crime junk journaling, like case. It's kind of like a game. At the same time, you make a case book and solve the crime. And I've always loved mysteries, and so I'm here today to show you my case book, or at least the structure of it. I've had kind of a hard time catching up because this started in January, but she's taking just a little bit of a suspended period of time until April 15th to do some other things in her life, and so that gives me a chance to catch up and get a case book made and try to solve the crime. I love mysteries. I've never been kind of much of a true crime gal, but I do love mysteries, especially British crime, historical crime novels. But this one is a modern crime, and the setting is, it's not true, obviously, but the setting is in the South in about 2023, the end of, so just a couple of months ago, supposedly, this guy was killed, and we're on the case. And so I tried hard to figure out how I was supposed to set up some kind of a junk journal that would allow me to keep track of all of the information and solve the crime. So I know this is a long explanation, I apologize, but here we go. I have decided that what I want to do is I'm going to take one of these old medical, like multi-file folder kinds of folders and make this into my case book. So I am technically a female detective, and I have decided to do kind of maybe like a film noir kind of cinematic kind of 1930s-ish mood, which kind of made me need to do a mood board, because anytime I do like a concept journal, I kind of go through the process of deciding this. I did find a digital kit that I liked. It has a few pages that I will use in my journal. It's called Lady Detective by Secret Helper on Etsy. So I'll put a link to the kit that I'm using. But I didn't want to just use a kit, and I couldn't find a kit that would do what I needed to do. So I decided to do my own thing with just this kind of classic noir mood. So these are kind of the things that I've chosen, the colors. I want to include some lace because I am feminine, and I didn't want this to just seem like some kind of a hardened police detective kind of thing. So I do want to put some lace in. I am using this basic kind of office supply because I'm just using the folder. And so that's kind of my that's what I'm going for. It's just one of these journals where you know it when you see it and it's too hard to explain. But this is kind of my mood board. I want to do some metal. It's a kind of a black and brown with some gold touches, some lace, ribbed, urban grunge. That's kind of what I'm going to go for. So let me show you how I have this set up. So we need sections, obviously, and this took me a long time to think through this, but I have some pockets here in the front, and I have chosen to use a couple of extra file folders, which I have coffee dyed and stained, and I decided I needed at least a spread for the crime scene, a spread for the victim. I need a place somehow to figure out how to take notes on the suspects and persons of interest. And so I am going to sew these other folders in. I have coffee dyed some paper. This is going to be my suspects. And then do some other pockets. So kind of like a folio, not really a journal, but this is going to be my murder board here in the middle. Some pockets for evidence and a couple of other pages with pockets or whatever. So this bunch of papers I'll sew in, and that will be my case notes. I have this little grungy newspaper clippings envelope, some other, this is kind of a belly band. Anyway, so I have basic structure here, and I'm going to sew this in to the spine of this large file folder. So, and then we'll come back and do some decorating. So let me go away and sew all of this in, and then I'll come back and we'll do some decorating. Okay, here I am back again, and it is sewn in, and so the structure is now finished. And so I have this little, section here for case notes. And then I have these for file folder pages that I can use somehow. Again, here's the middle. And then here is my pages for all of my characters. So far, there are about 25 characters. I don't know how many of those will end up being suspects. I think what I'm going to do is start with the characters, with the suspects. And so this is going to be my persons of interest. And I just want to create a little bit of a collage here on this cover. The reason why this is such a different project for me is because I'm used to making my junk journals a certain way, and it's kind of the way that I journal, and but this is a completely different type of journaling. And I think what I want to do is just put some scraps. I want this to be very, I don't know, organic and kind of, like I said, grungy, but also just with a real feeling of noir and like 30s kind of detective. I think we'll put this down first. So I really kind of like this, and she's hard at work, and yeah, and I think I'm going to put this down right here. This, I think, I would rather put down underneath. And put that down there. And now we can put her on here. I think at some point when I get closer to figuring out how to solve the mystery, I think I will have kind of a better handle on how to decorate. But right now that's kind of my hardest thing, which is why I haven't done or even made plans really for a lot of decorations yet, or pockets or anything like that, because I have to get my mind kind of just get a handle on the crime and what that looks like. I'm going to make a little bit of a tab there with that. And then I think we'll just kind of put this finally on there. We'll put it up here, put a little bit of lace there. Here's some right here on my desk. Let's just take a little piece of lace. Now we can put this down. The other thing that I thought of during the middle of the night was to do this little pocket on the other side of this that would be kind of like a file cabinet. That was my idea. So I just got some black paper and a little bit of this black print, coffee dyed it so that it would be both grungy and introduce the brown. And this is the top drawer, and then this is the bottom drawer, which is going to be opened. So first of all, let me glue down this. So this is going to be kind of like, a peekaboo pocket without the peekaboo. So I'm going to do this side first. So that's a pocket there in the back. And then I'm just going to take these, it's meant to represent file folders, and this is the file cabinet drawer that is open. So we're going to put this over here. And I realize that that's not exactly, but that's the thing with art. You're just supposed to imagine that that file drawer is open, and then these can create little tuck spots for other notes that I might want to include. So I want to glue these down with this side open. So I'm going to glue each one of these this way. At the bottom. So this one will hold that one down, and this one will hold this down. Yeah, that's my idea. We'll see if it works. I need to, yeah, I think that'll be okay. And one more. And then this is the front of the drawer, and so it will get glued down here and there. A little bit of space, kind of right there. Okay, so I can put something there. I can put things here. So those little file folders just end up kind of holding loose papers. But I can put whatever I want behind the whole thing up to here. Okay, so there's my first decoration started in my new case file of Who Killed Gilbert McCade. Thanks for the challenge, Christy, and thank you all for maybe following me along. I will have some other videos probably here and there because this will go on for some period of time. I'm not sure even how long, but until we solve the crime. So yeah, thanks for being with me, and I'll be back with another project.